When I was a young boy, I was going to school, as most kids do, and we were on a school bus like most kids are when they go to school, and we all acted up like many kids do on the school bus. And the bus driver, who was a wonderful man, Les Brodsky actually was his name, and he got tired of us horsing around and causing trouble, so he suggested that instead of fighting and bickering and arguing, why don't we have a system where we actually have a court and then a judge or a jury, I don't remember how it evolved, will then decide whatever dispute. So little kids, boys especially, it was an all-boys school, do things like spit on each other or throw things at each other or hit each other. And so then if that happens, one of the kids then could sue the other kid. And then ultimately the way it ended, it went through a process, is one of the passengers, one of the kids would be a judge, 3 of the kids would be the jury, and then 2 of the kids would be the parties, and they could hire their lawyers, and then they would have a trial, as we're going into school, and then it could last several days, because you might only have 15 minutes. And then ultimately the jury would vote, and I'm sure we were breaking all the rules of evidence and everything, I'm sure. Probably more arguing than anything. And then the kids, the 3 then would vote, and then if they voted for the plaintiff, I guess we actually called it that, and then there would be a fine imposed on the child who was found guilty. So it was like quasi-civil and criminal. And then they would have to pay that fine, and I don't remember how we decided, maybe the jury decided, and it would be anywhere from a nickel to $1. And then they'd have to pay that money for their violation, and then it would go into a kitty, and then at the end of the year we had a party with all the money. I litigate so many different issues, commercial real estate and inheritance, amongst others. So it's always challenging. It's always thought-provoking, and I enjoy setting a goal and seeing what the client's goal is and achieving it or getting pretty close. And really, probably the best thing is when they're happy. They're just happy along the way, or especially at the end. I mean, I probably love that the most. As far as the, being in trial or killing them in a deposition, I mean, that's fun, obviously, especially when you win or you have a successful deposition. But, I think I like the other part of it better, just having a great rapport with the client and having them be very happy with how we're proceeding and what we're doing. My clients would hopefully say that I am very responsive, almost to a fault. And I would also like to think that the clients will say that he almost always has the answers and has a plan and is very, very thoughtful in resolving our issue. I like to bike. Like this weekend I'm biking for the MS 75 miles, and it's charitable, and I enjoy that. And I, running or hiking and lifting and all that with my wife, that's all good.